Hey everyone, and welcome to another one of our videos. Today I've got a different one from my normal content set, but kind of related. Normally we're talking about cars. Today we're talking about tools that, for me at least, used to work on cars and also my house and so on and so forth. Something I discovered, Caterpillar tools. Caterpillar heavy equipment, pretty much a household name. Found out that they make tools and that a lot of them are rebranded Snap-on. So I decided to go on a little bit of a shopping spree to check out what they have to offer. I have a super great local cat dealer here in Arizona, Empire Cat in Mesa. Fantastic folks to work with. Great customer service and everything. So ordered quite a variety of tools. What you see here is most of it, and then I've actually got some already in my box. But whenever I started stocking my box up with all the tools that I bought, I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a second, make a video, and kind of show everybody what CAT has to offer as far as tools go. They're really a great value as compared to Snap-on and some of the other American-made brands. Great value, great price, and it's the same quality of tool. So ordered a bunch of socket sets, a bunch of wrenches, screwdrivers, things like that, to essentially rekit my main toolbox that I used to work on vehicles and such. And I'm going to redistribute all of the other tools that I currently have in there into other locations, into some of my vehicles, et cetera, And there's some of these tools that I didn't have previously, such as short little wrenches, for example. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of step through each different area or type of tool, talk through what I had purchased, how it comes packaged, everything along those lines, and then we'll wrap up the video. But hopefully this sheds some light on different Caterpillar tools that you may be interested in, gives you some part numbers, gives you some information, and helps folks out. So without further ado, we'll jump into the tools. All right, so we're going to start off with wrenches since they take up the most bench space, and we'll move on to some of the other tools after that. Some of these wrench sets I bought for my main toolbox. Some of them I bought to replace tools in my main toolbox, and some of them I bought for just within vehicles or in other areas. So kind of a mixed bag. And I have all of the sets of wrenches here except for one set that I already have in my toolbox and I don't want to pull out because it's kind of tucked in the back. And that is the set that I have this wrench from right here, which is a ratcheting 10 millimeter. So this is this particular one's cat part number 2488823. I'll put in the video description the links to all of these different sets just to help everybody out. But this is from a set of reversible ratcheting offset box end or bent box end and an open end combination wrenches. Again, reversible. These are basically rebranded Williams. One thing that is not super clear on the CAT website is the country of origin and who the manufacturer of origin is. I don't believe that they manufacture any of their tools themselves. But this particular one, it's going to be a Williams or Blue Point Taiwan made one. Just something to know. Laser etched, not stamped, but still a good quality tool. And for sure something that I'm happy to have because I didn't have any ratcheting bent combination wrenches or angled combination wrenches at all within my repertoire of tools. So that's a nice one to have. Moving on from that, a couple that I'm going to get started with are just the basic combination wrenches, and we'll go from there. So I got a multi-piece set. This one is all standard, and then this one is basically the same thing in metric. Now, one thing I've noticed with the CAT tools so far, their packaging, not super consistent. You may get wrenches in a wrench rack, you may get them in a wrench sleeve or roll-up, whatever you want to call this. It's a mixed bag. Not that that's a bad thing, just know that that's what you're getting into. It may bother some people, doesn't really bother me for the applications I'm going to be using these in. So what these both are rebranded Williams Super Combo wrenches essentially. They have a little bit different of a profile, but if I take, let's say, a 10 millimeter here, this is the CAT 10 mil out of the Caterpillar metric set. Here's a Williams Super Combo. Pretty much the same wrench. They have a little bit of differences, and this is probably just generational differences, I would guess, honestly, since the Super Combo set that I have is a little bit older. But you can see same jaws internally for the anti-slip. At least hopefully that is able to be made out on camera. Same exact wrench. So pricing is decent. This is a little less complete of a set than my Williams set that I have. But pricing is decent on it. You might be able to find a better deal depending on what sales you can find and whatnot from Williams dealer, but overall, not a bad buy there. Exactly the same thing's going on with the standard wrenches. Same exact thing, rebranded Williams Super Combo. One thing I did notice on the standard set is on the 13/16ths, we've got some interesting finishing issues, kind of some chrome peeling going on the backside there. Not super acceptable for a couple $100 wrench set. But that just is what it is. I may end up taking that one back to Cat and see about getting that one replaced, but we'll see. Otherwise, this set looks good. And this is just the standard combination wrenches. So what you're getting if you just order standard combo wrench sets is Williams Super Combos. I believe this is one of the only standard combo standard sets. And in the metric one right here, this is the bigger one that they offer. There's also, I think this is 14, 13 pieces, something like that. There's also a smaller one that I believe is 10 or so. So again, that's standard combo wrenches. Moving on to these guys here. This one, you can see the Cat part number right here, is a flare nut wrench set. So, by the way, USA made on these and stamped, just like Super Combos. These are also USA made with the little tag on the back and everything. Snap-on combination wrenches. So they're branded Cat, or flare nut wrenches, I should say. They're branded Cat, but they're darn near identical or identical to the Snap-on ones that I have, although I don't have these particular exact ones. I have, I believe, one standard Snap-on flare nut wrench, and all the rest of mine are metric, just with the vehicles that I work on. But you can see, same exact deal. Obviously, different wrench here because I've got an open-end flare nut combination here, 10 millimeter, and these are flare nut opposite or different size ends. Same exact wrench. So you're getting some good stuff here. In my opinion, Snap-on, best flare nut wrench out there, at least that I've used. So one of the strongest ones, least likely to round stuff off, so on and so forth. So reasonable deal here. Definitely less expensive than off of your Snap-on truck. Moving on from that, we've got little shorty wrenches. Now these guys right here haven't even taken out of the package or out of the plastic wrap, but again, made in USA for both of these, and both of these definitely originate from Snap-on. You've got your little Snap-on date code markings on each one of them. Again, didn't have any short wrenches in my collection, or I should say I had a couple of singles, but not a complete set by any means for standard or metric. Got these, nice complete set, nice quality. Something of note with the Snap-on sourced wrenches, there's a couple of mentions of flank drive in different areas of the Cat website. These particular ones are just your standard combination wrenches, so there's no anti-slip, flank drive plus, anything going on in there. They're all just standard combo wrenches. But again, for a nice quality US-made combination wrench in short variety, both of these are pretty darn reasonable in terms of price and everything. So darn good deal there. I believe that covers it as far as wrenches goes. So I'll get all of this stuff out of the way and we'll move on to socketry. All right, so we have a giant pile of sockets here. This is just to give you an idea not only of what the part numbers are and what Cat has to offer, but also is kind of representing of how they come packaged to you. It's generally pretty plain, normal packaging. And for what it's worth, this is not all of the different socket sets that I had ordered. So I basically replenished all of my 1/4 and 3/8 drive metric and standard sockets with Cat ones. Just have matching across the board. I'm super OCD, so I wanted to do that. Again, old sets, they'll be used in other ways in vehicles and whatnot. But this is what you get. These are the most complete socket sets that Cat has to offer. You can definitely get from other brands larger and more complete sets. But these do cover 99% of what I use in terms of 1/4 and 3/8 inch drive. Any additionals, I'll just buy singles or do whatever I need to do to fill out full sets if I need to. Again, like I said, this isn't all of the sets. I have some 12 points that I had bought, 12-point metric, deep and shallow 3/8 drive. And then I had bought some I think 6-point deep or 6-point shallow that I already have in my toolbox, but this is all the rest. So starting from the top, all of these are Snap-on sockets. They're rebranded Cat, and they're stamped Cat, but they've got the Snap-on date codes on them. They're knurled for a lot of them in the same way as Snap-on with a little double ridge knurling there. Some of the other ones have a little bit, I believe, newer style from them, which is just the double ridges. But these are definitely all Snap-on sockets. So pretty darn good value considering that each one of these sets is somewhere between 40 and 60 bucks with the exception of some twist sockets, which were a little more expensive. But I believe all of these were somewhere in that ballpark as compared to much more off of a tool truck. So we've got 3/8 drive, fractional, 6-point shallow, quarter drive, 6-point metric, deep in here. And again, you should be able to see all the part numbers as I go. 1/4-inch drive, 6-point fractional, deep. We've got some metrics more than likely. Let's see, that's 1/4-inch drive, 6-point shallow, metric. We've got some deep 3/8 drive, fractional. And I'm sure that's 6-point, and then some deep 3/8 drive, looks like. Fractional, 12 points. So we got some 12 points in there as well. So that's all the chrome sockets I ordered. I'm pretty set on impact sockets other than some universal joints. I probably will end up picking those ones up as well, along with maybe a couple other tools here and there. I like the angle wrenches that they have to offer. I don't use those a ton, but it would be nice to have. And then this guy right here, don't remember what this cost, but this was definitely the most expensive sockets that I bought from them. It's a twist socket set, so super useful when you need it. Definitely not an everyday thing, but for something where you really can't have your tool fail whenever you're extracting a bolt or taking off something that's partially rounded off, super invaluable to have basically the best quality that you can get. These are top notch. So again, date coded and everything is Snap-on. So definitely highly recommend grabbing the sockets from Cat. Super great value. Their price, like the Taiwanese brands are for the most part, and they are US made goodness. So I'll go ahead and get these guys out of the way, and we'll move into some of the screwdrivers and other miscellaneous tools from here. Okay, so we're moving on to screwdrivers now, as well as some miscellaneous items too I've got over to the side. But we're going to start with all things handled. First off, basic screwdrivers. You can see right here, there's different sets, 4, 5, and 6 piece as far as sets go, and you can buy some different individuals as well. But the sets all come with your standard Williams Snap-on hard handle screwdrivers. They've got the serrated tips, super nice. One of my favorite styles of screwdriver. Can't go wrong with those. Super good price. I also picked up on little pocket screwdrivers as a single. And like I said, there's a few different other ones. I believe there's some stubbies and whatnot as well in the catalog. But great offerings as far as these guys go. Moving on from that, there's a few other items that I picked up as well as far as screwdrivers go. We'll roll with this guy first, which is probably the nicest presented tool out of all of these. Nice little presentation box, open it up, and you get a Cat ratcheting, super nicely ratcheting at that. Screwdriver with bits right here in the back. Comes with a handful of all Snap-on bits. These all have the Snap-on part numbers and everything, and that one's got, even a Snap-on logo right there. Most of the numbers are, most of the bits are just stamped with part numbers, but all of these have ACR. It comes with all ACR bits up in here. So, again, super good value as far as this guy goes, and actually one of the few tools that I didn't have already. Out of all the things, didn't have a ratcheting screwdriver. I don't use them much, but the couple times I have outside of home and using my own tools, they've been useful. So decided to grab that. This guy right here is interesting. This is a little ratchet and bit, or should I say ratchet and socket set, but with screwdriver handle. So it kind of fits in with the ratchets or with the screwdrivers. But extensions, adapter, another different adapter. That's 3/8, quarter to 3/8. This is 3/8 to quarter. A couple 1/4-inch extensions, 1/4-inch hard handle. Again, the old Williams Snap-on hard handle. 1/4-inch drive ratchet. This is not a fine tooth one, but nice ratchet nonetheless. US made, Williams, rebrand as Cat. And then all of the different sockets, again, rebranded as Cat, but they're Snap-on, along with the U-joint. Again, part number right there for that guy, in the nice hard metal case. And then moving on from screwdrivers, I've got a few different just miscellaneous items that I purchased. This guy right here, one of the funniest of them all. Roll this guy out. That is definitely Snap-on branded. It's a Snap-on seal pick, so got a Cat part number there. It's Snap-on part number SGA173B. I believe at the time of filming, this is like half the price of what it is in the Snap-on catalog from Cat, and still has a lifetime warranty and everything, so can't exactly go wrong with that guy. And then moving on from that, got a few different other items. Grabbed just a chisel. This is one that I'm going to use for a couple different purposes here around the house. This is Mayhew. It's stamped as such on the back and everything. Just a 3/4 inch chisel. And then, again, another one of the really killer values here is the plier set. So if you want Snap-on pliers in yellow, I believe this is the only way to get them, at least at the time of this filming. But this is the set of 3, so you've got the large diagonal cutters, needle nose, and slip joints. 3-position slip joints. The needle nose have the super nice serrations in there that, if you're accustomed to Snap-on pliers and tools, you'll probably recognize. And then the usual diagonal cutters. Nothing super special there. Not great for nip and zip ties, but great for cutting wire and everything else. So I believe it was about $100 plus or minus, $5 or so. Can't remember the exact prices for all of these, but I'll list as many as I can down in the description below too, just for reference. It's only as of the time of this filming. I know that these prices have changed over the years, but at least it's a reference point. So that's what we got. I would say out of all of these different items, the screwdrivers, the pliers, no-brainers. Both the standard screwdrivers, the ratcheting screwdrivers. If you have a need for little bit sets like this, again, specific purpose for me, so makes sense there. Pliers, good value. If you want the Snap-on pliers, great way to get them at a, reasonable price. The wrenches, honestly, I probably would not buy the combination wrenches. I would go for something else like right grip, something like that. But the stubby wrenches, super happy with. Flare nut wrenches, super happy with. And the angle wrenches, the fitting type angle wrenches, which are, I believe, 60 and 30 degree offset, something like that. Those guys I don't have, but I'll probably end up purchasing, and those guys make total sense as well, because they're rebranded Snap-on as well. So wrenches, hit and miss. Definitely wouldn't buy the combos, I don't think, unless they're just a smoking deal compared to what Williams is for sale for. Otherwise, I'd buy something else. And then the socketry, again, no-brainer. Whether it's chrome or impact, it's all rebranded Snap-on. So I'll probably end up getting some of the impacts that I don't have. Universal joints, for example. I have actually a standard set, not a metric set. I don't use them a ton, but when I do, it would be nice to have. So I'll probably grab a metric set of those guys, and then a couple other tools here and there. But overall, I think I've pretty darn well filled out at least what's in Cat's catalog, filled out my toolbox with what they've got. With that, I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, definitely comment down in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer anything that I can. Again, super great tools, reasonable prices for the most part. At least my Cat dealer was great to work with. It's not a difficult ordering process. You can go to parts.cat.com. Just go through the process online to get an account set up. It's not a big deal. You can do it as an individual. You can do it as a company. I did it under one of my businesses, so made things a little easier for me, but super easy to get stuff ordered. Again, Empire Cat, my local dealer, super great to work with. I really couldn't be happier for the most part with any of these. So again, with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and hope to see you in the next video. Take care.